So you may have some questions about the title. Stuttering leads to a 10 out of 10 body. How could that happen? Well, the short version of it is it lights the fire of self-improvement. It forces you to improve yourself because you feel inadequate because of your speech. Because you feel like nobody else takes you seriously. And because you can't talk properly, you might as well look the best to differentiate yourself from others. So that's how I felt around 2.5 years ago when I was a skinny teenager. And back then I may even have felt that others value me and respect me and don't really think about that much that I stutter sometimes. But now I think back, I think my own brain was lying to me. Because the respect that you get and the self-worth that you gain from this bodybuilding quest is invaluable. And these qualities, the respect for yourself and the self-worth, directly lead to less stuttering. So you can say that bodybuilding leads to less stuttering. Now, why is that? Well, as I said before, you improve your character, you gain some respect and confidence, and thus you worry about your speech less. And that makes stuttering less of a problem. So let me tell you my story. So as I said, around 2.5 years ago, I was a skinny 15-year-old teenager. I was 55 kilos at around 1 meter and 80 centimeters height. So that's very skinny. I was also self-conscious because I couldn't speak properly. And I was deathly afraid of reading. Why? Let me tell you a story. So back in 3 years ago, actually it's 5 years ago, in 2019, I went on a school excursion to Budapest. It was awesome. To anyone who hasn't been there, it's great. And I went with my class, as I said, and I had an amazing time there. But on the way back, our teacher told us that we were going to have to write an essay about our whole experience and then present it. Now, the writing the essay part was easy, okay, not that hard. But the presenting, well, that's where the challenge came. Because at that point, I didn't even have any confidence in myself to read. I couldn't read while being in public. I remember getting very scared. My mouth would just stop working. No sound would come out, and I was reading like a preschooler, which is not good when you're 7th grade. And so the day came, I wrote my whole essay and sat in the classroom waiting for my turn. All the parents were there, all the classmates who went there were as well. And so I was so scared. I was literally shaking. And I think the teacher saw that. And fortunately, she proposed in front of the whole class that she read my essay for me, which was a godsend at that time. But now that I think about it, if she hadn't done that, I would have been very scared. I would have been traumatized maybe after all that experience. But I would think that this problem of me not reading correctly must be solved sooner rather than later, because I only started improving my speech about a year and a half ago, and that was 5 years ago. So maybe if I had started 5 years earlier, or 4 years, I may have been in a different space than right now. But let's get back to the topic. So, as I said, I played video games. That was my escape. My favorite game was, and it still is, Hitman, where you're like a world-class assassin, you know, taking out targets. And I still play it, but much less. Like, if any, once a month, you know, maybe. And I would always joke around that I wanted the body of the assassin, you know. His name was Agent 47, and I always said, I want to be like him. I want to do stuff like him. And before I started weightlifting, the game just felt boring. I remember several times starting a new challenge or a playstyle for the whole Hitman campaign, which consisted of maybe 20 missions, and I would just feel bored after the second and quit, because I had played this game so many times that I memorized all the routes, all the NPCs, and it was not fun to play anymore. But let me tell you, the gym pump, you know, the blood that gets to your muscles to make them larger when you weightlift, is better than any game you can play. So I started going to the gym around 2.5 years ago with my friends, which I think is very important, because when you start, you will feel lazy. You will not want to go. And having a few friends, you know, to make it fun and less daunting than going to the gym alone is crucial. As my split as I started was 3-day full body, then I moved to 4-day upper lower split, then 6 push pull legs, and then six push pull legs days plus cardio. Then my current split now is 5 days gym, then 1 day cardio and abs, maybe outside, maybe on the treadmill at the gym, and then one calisthenics day where I just go outside and do my workout there. And some of you may think that 7 days training per week, that's gotta be too much. It may be excessive, but as I said, stuttering set a fire of consistency in me that couldn't be extinguished so easily. So now, after 2.5 years, I am now 73 kgs. I rarely play any video games, as I said. I meditate. I also train my neck. And along with that, I don't have any problems in school. I'm an excellent student. So you must think that all this work must take you all day, and it must not be even fun. But no, as I said, the gym pump, the feeling when you're in the gym beats any Discord gaming marathon with the boys, and I couldn't be happier to quit. And I'm not even finished. Weightlifting never stops. You cannot say one day, okay, that's about it. That's all I can give. No. My goal right now is 80 kgs, and from then we will see if I will just maintain or even go bigger and bigger. So, as a conclusion, stuttering may lead you to a to the best body you can have. Why? Because it births in you a feeling of inadequacy, that you somehow are less than everyone else, to which leads you to want to improve every day just by a little bit, and you can never stop, because if you stop, first, it's not as fun as actually doing it and continuing it, in this case, weightlifting. And second, as I said, if you stop, the stuttering will get worse. I know it will get worse if you do not take care of yourself. If you just say, okay, this week I'm not going to go to the gym because it's filled with exams, I'm busy, I have the excursion to a new city. No, if you want to have a good body, you will make way, you will find time, you will wake up earlier, you will go to the gym, and just believe me, start now, and in 2 years you will feel like a different man, like you're in the next chapter of your life. Have a nice day.